Welcome to Gaming Fin, your channel for everything related to the gaming industry and the financial markets. My name is Mr. Orange. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a retail investor, a YouTuber, and this is for information and entertainment purposes only. And I'm invested in the stock we are talking today. The stock is called Focus Entertainment. So if you pronounce it in French, if you pronounce it in English, you would say Focus Entertainment. But Focus is a French gaming company, and I think I already made a video about this title already in the past, but I thought it's going to be interesting to have a look again at Focus Entertainment. So 3 hours ago, also a big news just popped in, and therefore I think we should cover this also immediately. They have a new CEO. So let's have a look a little bit at the chart first, and then we're jumping into some numbers, and we're jumping into some of the games that they are developing and upcoming games, and then I'm also looking at this as a gamer. So that's always very important to me to look at gaming companies from an investor's perspective and also from a gamer's perspective. So this is the chart. So they went public in March 2015. So this is already quite some time ago, and in the corona crash they were actually falling back to 1130 euros. So they're in Paris, as I said, a French company, and that's the IPO price. That's impressive. And from the IPO price then in 2018 they went up to 40 euros. So someone actually made 4 times their money if they were selling theirs. But you see at this point in here, probably it was so overvalued that then some investors also just sold it. And then imagine then you bought it here at 40 euros, then falling back to the 11-12 euros. Yeah, this must have been hard, and then probably they sold. I'm always giving you like this little history lesson that you understand how investing actually works, and that investing is a long-term endeavor, and it's all based on patience. So you really need a lot of patience, and with such a volatile stock, of course, guys, you need even more than patience. You need balls out of steel to put it like that. So back to 11 euros, and then on the height of the latest bubble. So I think we can talk about it on the latest fat bubble when they were creating money out of thin air and giving it to everyone, and all the governments were doing it. So I'm not criticizing this. I mean, we had an inflation afterwards, and since then obviously the interest rates went up again. So this was the only move to get the interest rates up, then to 75 euros up. This is pretty impressive that they actually managed this to 75 euros. And and now where am I invested? I was buying them in around here at 41 euros, and if I'm not mistaken, actually no, I just bought one time. So I just bought one time, and I wanted to build a first little position. It's 0.09% of my overall market portfolio. Therefore I was actually expecting the stock to fall a little bit more, but unfortunately I really say unfortunately it didn't fall, because now we're still at a very overvalued level, and here again I get a little bit more cautious, I have to say. So you see, this is from the Fibonacci retracement. That's red. That's when I would say this also. It's like the IPO price. That's when the whole trend started, and it went up to the gray, even blue, almost the blue, almost at the upper Fibonacci retracement. It almost attacked it, and then it fell back to the orange one. So now we're in the green, and we're accelerating a little bit in the green. So but that's all good. So let's go to a 1-year chart. Maybe we get some more information. So yesterday we had a 7% upwards pump, I would say, from 45 to 50 euros, and then today it was falling again to 2.20%. So you see, there's a lot of volatility in the stock. So therefore I would always, if you don't, I'm not telling you to invest in anything. This is for information and entertainment purposes. So I'm telling you what I do. So that's a stock where I'm not investing at too much. So it's just I wanna be actually in the stock. I feel like it's fun to be in the stock. Also, it's a micro cap. Yeah, I totally forgot this to mention it. So therefore, we jump now on Google Finance, where we get some more information. So it's a market cap of 304 million. 304 million, guys. So that's of course nothing. That's so tiny. It's really such a tiny market cap. Oh, oh, now I see Don't Not also has a stock. Don't Not Entertainment. Oh, going to talk about the stock actually another time. So I can see they're actually also falling massively. Ouch. So yeah. So therefore we see here, guys, a market cap of 304 million. That's really not a lot. So we have no PE ratio, no dividend. I'm going to tell you also immediately what the latest number is. I found also from a PE ratio. There I found that 98 and a negative earnings per share of minus 0.162 euros. So if we actually jump back here to the numbers we get in the trading view, we can also see mostly the negative PE ratio. No, they have nothing written here, so that's all good. So it's a growth stock in these terms. It's a growth stock. But growth means also it's a stock which at this moment, if you would have it in Nasdaq, the Nasdaq in the US would completely shatter it. So why is it an up? Why did it stabilize here? Well, the overall European markets actually went up. So that's maybe important to mention. So I can now, for example, say we look at the CAC 40, which is the French index, and there you see the French index actually here also went kind of up. So that's the Corona crash, and since then stabilized. So the French index is up over the last 5 years, 22%, and over the last year, if we check it, it's only down 6.73%. The French index. So with regard actually to the last year, then Focus Entertainment was beating the index. So that's already nice to see. But my friends, so keep this in mind. So it's a growth stock, it's a small company, 379 people, employees, founded in 96. So let's have a look at those numbers of the financial statement, but we can also look, of course, here at the financial statements. Where is it? Here it is. So, but that's a little bit more detailed. So I put you, the best is I think I put you just also a link in the description of this video. Then I don't have to go too much into details here. All right, guys. So what do we see now? We have the income statement quarterly. So I thought that's might be more interesting now to look for gaming companies quarterly. And then we see that it was in September a positive net income of 700,000 roundabout, and then in June a net income also from 700, as I see it correctly, and revenue was 32 million. But in March and in December 21 it was a negative net income, so that's already interesting to see. And then we have on the annual basis, you can see of course that from 2021 and then since 21 they are falling. The revenue, overall revenue, is falling again, and definitely also the net income fell massively. So net income fell 77.41%. That's a lot. The revenue fell 16.61%. So quarterly it looks a bit different, of course. Net profit margin, I don't like that. The net profit margin was falling 2.10%. What is the net profit margin? Measures how much net income or profit is generated as a percentage of revenue. If you want to know a little bit more about those information, about those metrics, parameters, then I also can make a video, of course, in the future. But I think most people find this on anywhere, on Investopedia or a lot of other YouTube videos talk about this. Earnings per share 0.59. That's interesting. Represents the company's profit divided by the outstanding shares of its common stock. So EBITDA down 13.68%. Effective tax rate of 50%. That's crazy. this is the French tax rate for this company, oh la la, then I would say, guys, maybe we should invest definitely in other companies, not French companies. So therefore, I'm also a little bit more reluctant now with Focus Entertainment, and I can also disclose here that I'm not planning to buy some more at this point in time. So I'm just letting it run a little bit. I'm up. I'm in the positive with it. So if I would sell now, I made money, but I'm not planning now to buy more. So actually, I only want to buy more. Would only buy more if I would be at the negative. So I love the anchor effect. I'm the living example of the anchor in investing, which is actually stupid, but well, that's how we humans work. So therefore, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I'm a YouTuber, a retail investor. So don't buy anything I'm talking about here. You can lose all your money, and most probably you'll lose your money. So I mean, everyone is in the minus this year, especially if you were listening to YouTubers. Then balance sheet, total liabilities went up, total assets also went up. Price to shares outstanding. I think there was also buybacks, and we have to check this later on the news page. So cash flow, net change in cash flow. That's something I don't understand. That we got a cash flow of 43 million, guys. So that's really something. Free cash flow is, but it's down. So something is not correct with those numbers. I already in the preparation of this video, I was already a bit confused by those numbers. So therefore, I would say, guys, now it's time we go to Focus Entertainment. So maybe we can talk quickly about their new CEO, Sean Brannan as CEO. And who is Sean Brannan? Also, we've seen the latest news, so half year 2022-23 results in line with group expectations. And Focus Entertainment and don't not unveil the ambitious action RPG Banishers Ghost of Eden. So we talk about this immediately. So Focus Entertainment appoints industry veteran Sean Brannan as new CEO to support its development ambitions. And this is something I think is now interesting. So I don't expect a CEO. I mean, if it's not Elon Musk, so I don't expect appointed CEOs to really change the price for the shares for the stocks, and definitely not going to help so much. But it's always interesting when I actually like the fact that we now know they had no CEO, or they had an old CEO, and now they get a new CEO. So what is actually going on? He will be seconded by Christopher Nobillo, deputy CEO. So all of those people, you can read this, of course. Jean, a British and Irish national, has held senior roles in video game industry for over 35 years. More recently, over the last 14 years, as European Managing Director, Jean was responsible for all international publishing activities for ZeniMax Media, Bethesda Softworks. I love Bethesda. So acquired by Microsoft in 2020 for 7.5 billion. So maybe that's the reason he got out. Jean has worked closely, I just assume, I don't know, guys. Jean has worked closely with their in-house development studios on many global hits such as Fallout series and Skyrim. Hey, that's really cool. The Elder Scrolls Online, Doom, Dishonored, and Wolfenstein and the Evil Within. He previously held senior positions at Virgin Interactive, really? This company still exists? Mirrorsoft, Mirror Group, newspaper, and the games division of British Telecom. So Sean Brannan succeeds Christophe Nobillo, who will support him in his various missions. So Christophe Nobillo is now the deputy CEO in charge of corporate affairs. So, but before he was the CEO, as it seems. Sean Brannan's extensive experience in the games industry, transformation to achieve its strategic ambitions, blah blah blah. And what is he saying? I'm thrilled to join the company at a time when the fundamentals are in place and to rely on the management team to accelerate the growth of the company with the active support of its largest shareholder, Neology Holding, subsidiary of FLCP. Okay, we have a large... So, you see, also always learning something new. Neology Holding, subsidiary of FLCP, is shared. So I'm especially excited to develop new high-quality owned IPs that will deliver a great gaming experience while creating value for the company. We are very pleased to welcome... And I would like to express my gratitude to Frank, Vice Chairman. So this is always... So those people, they're actually not really saying this. No one really said this. This is someone at the press at the press office of Focus Entertainment who is writing that they say this. So that's always important to keep this in mind. So no one really says this. All right, so that's a big news. That's a big news. And if we check here, we see latest news. So we have the report, we take a look immediately. New games, of course. A Plague Tale Requiem announces 1 million players. That's nice. Revenues, combined general meetings, acquisition of Dutch studio World War I game series. So okay, there was no buybacks, no buybacks. So all right, let's have a quick look at the on their page. There we see here, get a nice overview what games they have. So their new games are going to be Atomic Hearts, Banishers, and Space Marine 2. So that's pretty cool. So those are 3 games that I'm definitely going to play or definitely going to purchase at one time, maybe not immediately. Atomic Hearts, I think it's very interesting that they're going to publish this title because this is in development. It's an Eternity. Ghost of New Eden Banishers is a new title, looks also already very good. And Space Marine, the first Space Marine has so many fans, and this is going to be a hit. So people are going to love this game. And then Evil West they were publishing. That's cool with the developers of Shadow Warrior, and Plague Tale Requiem was very popular, also very successful. And then we have Plague Tale that just recently came out. And if we click on more, we see of course more upcoming games like we're going to have Warhammer Bolton, that's very cool. Aliens Dark Descent, so an Aliens franchise title, and Atlas Fallen is also definitely going to be a very good title. So Aliens Fireteam, I like this game. SnowRunner is also popular. World War Z was also okayish popular. Insurgency as well. And Hood Outlaw of Legends was a huge flop. So this definitely didn't manage expectations. So Hired Guns we have. Warhammer Stormground. And then with the Surge was also not so popular. So not all of their games are always so popular. So they make a lot of games, but they're not always the massive successes. Greedfall was maybe also not successful enough. But Call of Cthulhu, that's a game I was just recently finishing, and this game is really fun. It was not so massively successful, but it was a decent title that I enjoyed. The Council, Mudrunner Vampire, a game that you always get very cheap. And you see, but they had some very decent, good games, and especially they have the whole Warhammer game series, some indie games they make, also games that are maybe not so popular now, but some old games. So Bound by Flame and Cities XXL, they were definitely not so popular back in the days when they were coming out. All right, so keep this always in mind. But I would say that the chart doesn't look bad. The chart, my friends, doesn't look bad. If I look at this, so the chart doesn't look bad, but I see risk actually for that we will see the 36 or 7 euros again. So if the overall European markets are falling, this risk is real, because as I said, so the numbers I have also incredible. The numbers are if you have a 96 PE ratio, that's obviously totally overvalued, and we are a little bit in a time where no one wants to buy overvalued companies, but European gaming companies are interesting. So key fact, strong increase in gross margin, 38%. That's maybe that's good. I mean, gross margin, that means they make more money on the money, more money on the what they invest to make money. So EBITDA. All right, so 10.9 of or 70% of the revenues. Successful launches: Plague Tale Requiem and Evil West, they say here. Gross margin went up, revenue went down, as I see. So that's the results of September. Consolidated net income, extremely low, guys, with 3 million only. That's extremely low, 5%. So minority interest, group net income 1.4%. So there is a lot to really, or a lot has to be improved. So revenue for the first semester reached 65.5 million euros, mainly supported by the successful launch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's also from that, which was nominated twice for the Game Awards. and also by Hardspace Shipwreck, a little bit less. Then also they had the release of Isonzo, which is a World War One blackmail, World War One first-person shooter operating profitability improvement. So they are working actually to have a better gross margin and to be more profitable, because at the moment they are not really making a lot of money. So that's the question: can they actually make more money in the future? So then we had this is of course now the report from the third quarter. It's a bit older, but then here they say that the Plague Tale going to be released on November. Evil West was released, and then we're going to get then in February 23 Atomic Hearts, which is a new title that I just mentioned. Banisher, Ghosts of Eden, Aliens Dark Descent, Atlas Fallen, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines. So those games are interesting. So guys, and those games have really chance to be to sell well. So Focus Entertainment, here again, now Plague Tale, we are now 52,000 followers for Plague Tale, and this was a successful game, very positively rated, with 925 even as recent reviews. And we can also check out Atomic Heart. So we can see how many followers this title has. So over 100,000 followers. So I would say that's pretty decent. So by Monthfish, I think that's a Russian company. Of course, they need a European publisher, otherwise that's not going to work. This game looks incredibly interesting. Is it going to be good? Guys, I can't tell you, so I would also say don't pre-order. So if you're now a gamer, don't pre-order this game. But it's in development since very long time. And then I would say we also can check out Space Marine. How many followers we already have for Space Marine? 20,000. So this could be more. Developed by Saber Interactive. Was Saber Interactive not part of Embracer? Oh, I'm a bit confused now here. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, pretty nice. So people going to love this game. 20,000 followers already. So here you see, it's going to have great graphics. And if you go on Focus Entertainment, we can see all of those games. So you see, they have a huge back catalog, and they also make money with games like Crosscode, Pro Cycling Manager, Deathwing, The Surge, Season of the Fall. So a lot of games are in their back catalog that are not mentioned now on the page, but are still games that are going that they sell. I don't know how many of those titles they still sell very good. They also had some very unsuccessful games, but Aliens Fireteam, for example, was welcomed by all the fans of Aliens, so I definitely liked it. Evil West, I think, is also successful. We can see how many followers it has now. Chained Echoes also just recently came out. You can also check out here how many followers. If we look now at Evil West, we see 58,000 followers and still 400 people played. It's not so much, but mostly positively rated, 74% positive ratings. That's already pretty cool. And Chained Echoes is an JRPG title, very positive rated, 87% positive rating. So 1,400 people online. You see, more people play this game now than Evil West, which was probably a way more expensive game. So Focus Entertainment is also not really creating AAA games. They create mostly AA games. So they're not always the highest quality titles, but what you have to, as a developer, what is important, or as a publishing company, so you have to, at one point, you have to come to the AAA games, but you have to also have a number of AA games, so those that are maybe not costing 50 to 100 million, but less, but still they are great games, so that are games that people want to play. All right, so guys, what did I forget? In my very long video? So details of the numbers. So yeah, well, as I said, I don't think the numbers are at the moment so interesting. So if you or if the investment case for Focus Entertainment is much more, you know, with this new CEO as well, that you envision this company to grow. you envision this company to grow more also internationally. That's important, that you think this company has with all those new games has chances, and they also increase the quality of their game over time, and they have a strong back catalog, and also that they're going to grow not only by themselves, but also acquiring other new studios. So that's always very important. So because the gaming companies, we have a consolidation phase we had recently, and I don't know, at the moment this is a little bit stopped, but with the acquisition by Microsoft of Activision Blizzard, we see already that that in the market itself there a lot of companies are consolidating, and Focus Entertainment is also a small company, so it's very much possible that maybe someone has an eye on Focus Entertainment at one point, and then we would see the stock price maybe jumping back to 60 euros if a news would come out. But if we look now here, where the new CEO was thanking Neology Holding, maybe we can have a look at this company, because I didn't hear about this before myself. Neology Holding. So clicking directly here. Société. So Neology Holding, société par action simplifiée, immatriculée sous le active since 2 years in Paris. So it's probably an investment company. So I really wonder how many shares they actually Focus Entertainment they're holding. So is this something we can find out? Most probably they're not giving us the information here directly. If I click on more, not seeing this immediately. Next schedule, financial reports. Here we go, first semester. Board of Directors, Executive Committee, key figures. Maybe we can look at the key figure. Here we see. So key figure distribution, digital sales, okay. Retail sales by region. The US, of course, most important than Europe. Sales by catalog. Back catalog is 54%, and the catalog at the moment is 46%. But we don't see any information on the... I don't see any information on the shareholder basis. So, but also click maybe here we see a little bit of presentation. I didn't. Oh, we can actually check out this presentation. I didn't plan to discuss their presentations, but maybe we see here a little bit about who are their shareholders. Key takeaways. So excellent quality reception, enabling be on track at the end of November, Christmas season, Atomic Heart next week, the Atlas Fallen, Alien Stack Descent, Banishers, Warhammer. So if you think that those games are going to be successful, and I think those games are not, could be successful, therefore I'm invested. But I think the question whether this company is a good investment definitely depends also on their future games. So I expect this company to stay. I expect this company to stay a little bit longer in the market. So I require actually to have a bit more easy, accessible information, more details. So, but maybe that's not always so easy with some companies. So, but that's sometimes. Yeah, therefore I would say don't invest too much in this company. Always keep it low. Don't put all your money in those companies. I mean, it's still a micro cap company with 300 million. So imagine you win 100 million in the lottery, then you could buy 1/3 of this company at this market cap at the moment. Of course, it doesn't work like this so easily, but it's great. So it's a growth company. So up until 1 billion. A 1 billion market cap, maybe then we can talk about this company being already a bit more settled. Well, my friends, I would say then with that I'm leaving it here. So this was a long enough video, but if you watch it until the end, then please leave me a comment, a like, or subscribe to my channel. I'm continuing to making videos also about companies that are not so popular, that not everyone knows. And then I'm also continuing to make longer videos, but also of course I make some shorter videos, because I know it's sometimes better if you if you put all the important information in 3 minutes, but this here is more like a discussion. So it's also I finding out during recording this video, I find a lot of things myself out that were not directly visible in the preparation. So that's, but if you enjoy this style of making videos, which is a bit more interactive, a bit more improvised, and I'm very happy to welcome you here on my channel, and please stay, take a coffee and enjoy your time. So thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.